So what would be a good tip or a couple of tips you would give for people to be successful using Waalaxy?
Yeah, so there's actually two components that will define whether your campaign is working or not, or have great results or poor results. The first one is your ability to identify who might be interested in your product, your service, or even in my case, I was not selling a product, I was not selling a service. I just wanted to identify the people that would be interested in having me on the podcast. So first is
Hmm.
okay, I need to think of the people that might be interested in having me on the show, okay,
Yeah.
on their show. And so for that, I go to the sales navigator that I highly recommend, which is a paying option on LinkedIn, but that is almost essential if you want to perform a decent campaign because you have access to loads of very precise filters. And LinkedIn is not really incentivized to provide a good standard search. So the LinkedIn
Mhm.
standard search, unless you're looking for a specific person where you have first name last name, it's not really useful. So first you start from your sales navigator search that I've personally, I search for people that have the title podcast host in a certain region, etc. Then you have your list of prospects. You import it into Waalaxy. And
Mhm.
then the second component is your ability to craft a message that will resonate with your prospects. And so for that, you need to have a couple of things in mind. But I would say, first and foremost, being empathetic and being able to place yourself at the position of your prospect. So, namely, okay, if I were my prospect, and I would send that message, how would I feel? How would I respond? Would I respond positively? If no, why? And then, by thinking like that, you're able to improve on your copywriting and your messaging.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are a couple of things to have in mind. And I would say first, in terms of the type of sequence that you would choose. So just rapidly to clarify, on LinkedIn you need to, for those who are not really active users on LinkedIn, so to contact people on LinkedIn you need to be what they call connected. And
Yeah.
to be connected you need to first send an invitation, okay.
Mhm.
And you might as well add a small note that is unless under 300 characters in
Yeah.
that invite. So you send an invite, and if the person accepts the invite, then you're able to send messages. And so we see people sending using sequence that looks like send an invitation and then like seven messages. And there's no point in sending seven messages, because if your prospect did not reply to your first or maybe second message, then it's not by adding five other, it is just called spam.
Yeah.
And so I would say the simplest thing are the most effective. So in my case, for example, I've used a invite plus two messages. So I would say send you an invite with a short description of who am I and why I think I would be it would be interesting for you to have me on the show. I try to keep it short. I mean, I don't even have the space to write a very long message. And then I write a follow up message 2 days after if you did not reply. And then a last message again 2 days after if you did not reply. And, I keep it very short because, we are all receiving dozens and dozens of prospecting messages on LinkedIn every day. So you really want to stand out first. And also,
Mhm.
you don't want to send like a page long message because people don't have the time to read that. And just by seeing how long your message is, they will just ditch it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, keep it short, keep it simple, and try to be in your prospect boots, and it will help a lot create your messaging.
Yeah. Some very good tips indeed. Sometimes you get those love letters, like, and just opening it and looking like this. Oh, this whole text, and like, okay, I don't have time. I'll read it later, and then you end up never reading it. So, completely true. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel. Please also check this video or this video, as YouTube is convinced that you will like it.